First and 10, and they've got 3 tight ends out there. A jumbo package look. First carry for the second-year man. It's Najee Harris. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. Well, this defense very strong in that victory from a week ago.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. But I think it's hard for people to understand just how difficult it is to tackle, especially open field. Very few missed tackles on tape that I saw last game. This team does a nice job of getting their opponents on the ground.
On 2nd and 9, Pickett. That ball caught by the former Toledo Rocket, Deontay Johnson. That'll go for a gain of 7. And that's going to bring up 3rd and 2. It's got to be so tough having the ball in the middle of the field like that, knowing that a linebacker is just waiting to make a big tackle like we just saw.
Oh, no doubt about it, because offense coordinators love to call plays to send receivers into the middle of the field. And linebackers, they want to naturally discourage those plays from being called.
Trying to pick it up on the ground with Harris. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. An effective 7-yard third down conversion. Faced with their first third down conversion opportunity and able to punch it through and pick it up on the ground.
And to me, doing it on the ground sends a different type of a message than throwing the football. And, you know, let's face it, we've done a lot of games together. How often have we seen third down turn into an automatic passing down no matter what the yardage?
Yeah, and last thing you want, that opening drive to go 3 and out. You got everything scripted, lined up. Let's get some points on the board. They're able to avoid that 3 and out. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Pickett. Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. Brandon Graham in there to bury him for a loss of 11. Let's see here, Charles. He was sacked 6 times last week. Now a first-quarter sack. What's going on in his mind?
Well, he's thinking to himself, 5 offensive linemen. I got sacked 6 times last week. Let's start thinking about keeping extra people in. Tight end stays in. If I have a fullback or the running back, they stay in and help me block. Maybe not as many receivers in a pattern.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson with a pick. And the Eagles are going to take possession of the football. A young quarterback, Charles, rolling to his right. I know he's right-handed, but is that one that maybe a veteran sticks in his pocket?
I think so, but you have to remember with young quarterbacks, it may take a few years before they get all the stuff out of them that they did earlier in their career or even in their college days when they were used to being dominant. In this case, the NFL veteran defense ended up winning the battle.
On 1st and 10, it's Hurts. He'll get this one complete. That's A.J. Brown. And he's going to be taken down at about the 33.
But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route. And what you have to do on that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing. And they got it done.
Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
One thing that you're going to see from this offense is that they love the matchup with their wide receivers against this secondary. That one wasn't successful, but don't expect them to back away from attacking all game long.
They tried the throw on 2nd down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. Hurts. He'll buy some time right. He's got his target. That's Zach Pascal. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. Hurts sets up to throw it. Here's a screen with Gainwell. And he's going to be brought down at about the 16.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
2nd and 8. Here's Hurts to throw. A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
Coaches talk about it all the time. Players talk about it as well. Excellent job staying disciplined in coverage and making that stop. Inside the red zone, every stop like that could be preventing a possible touchdown.
Nowhere to turn this time, and he goes down. Sacked back at the 29. He couldn't get away there on third down. The pressure too much, and he's sacked for a loss of 12. The kick by Elliott is good. And the Eagles, they take a 3-0 lead. So pretty good opening drive. That'll make the home fans somewhat happy. They wanted 6, but they got 3 in the early lead.
And they should be happy. The guys look good getting down the field. That's got to give them a little bit of hope that good things are in store here today for them.
And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Their second drive here, the ballgame, Charles. Remember last time they threw the interception, but the defense held up. It bent a little but didn't break, only giving up the 3 points.
Yeah, obviously they left some points on the table there their last time out, but boy, they have to thank their defense for holding the opposition just 3 after they threw the pick. Their turn now. Back out on the field, put together a good drive, and get some points of their own.
And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
Throwing on third down. Here's Pickett. It's brought in by Harris. And he's going to be stopped here a few yards short of the first as the tackle is made at the 33. They're going for it. This is Harris. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. Nothing after one on EA Sports. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now here's another carry for Harris to about the 40-yard line.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
From the 40 now on second down. Pickett. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. It's a gain of 8, and it'll wind up moving the chains. 2 first downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10. Harris running straight ahead. And a solid run here as he'll pick his way down to the 42-yard line. A gain of 10, good for a Steeler first down. Pickett to throw on first down. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And this is going to be intercepted. Darren Stingley picks it. And the Eagles are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. Now the second-year man. Here's Kenneth Gainwell. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. On first down, Hurts. Flush to his right. And he'll have a gain of 3 to the 33.
Brandon, once that one broke down, there were only so many options left for him to take. Fortunately, only first down, so he smartly got the yardage he could get and didn't worry about trying to turn it into a bigger play and end up taking a bigger loss. Here, they hope they can regroup and get something different going here on second down.
Play action. Here's Hurts. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
The Eagles at 5-1 here in this early part of the season. And they come in with fresh legs. They got the extra time off thanks to an early season open week.
And usually your hope is that your open week comes a little bit later in the year. But when you get a chance to get your fresh legs back, you have to take that time and run with it. And that's what they're trying to get done here.
And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up third down.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
And a high throw there as this is knocked away, down to the ground and incomplete.
Give them credit for excellent coverage, tight coverage. They're doing a lot of things that we talk about in basketball. They're causing disruptions in the passing game. And as long as that continues, it'll be tough for them to gain any momentum throwing the ball downfield.
51 to Mike. I don't think you got it, son. 51 to Mike.
They're going on fourth down with Hurts.
And it's going to be batted down. It will go the other way with the football. A surprising move to go for it. Predictably, at least somewhat predictably, it doesn't pay off. And the Steelers, they're going to take over an excellent field position. Now a first down carry for Harris. And he'll power ahead, but only for about 3 yards. Second down coming up. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. They'll keep it on the ground. Harris again. And tough sledding. He'll get maybe a yard. Stop short of the 35. They had 3 yards on first down, just 1 yard there.
Second quarter, 2 minutes remain. 3-0 our score.
The Eagles call on the extra defensive back here as they prepare for a stop on third down.
Pickett sets up play action.
On the move to his left.
Airs it out toward the corner of the end zone. Toward the back corner of the end zone, but he could not get the feet down. This will wind up incomplete.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing fourth down.
And that is no good. And instead of tying it up, they'll remain down by 3.
And this is one of the risks you run when you attempt a long field goal. If you miss, the defense takes over at the spot of the placement. So now they've got a chance to get one more drive in before halftime.
Stop your whining.
They'll throw on first down with Hurts.
Escaping the pressure right. That's caught by the big tight end, Dallas Goedert. Yeah, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Throwing is Hurts. He'll get this complete to Rondale Moore. And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And that's going to be caught front. Eagles touchdown. A.J. Brown, his 9th touchdown of the season. And they are able to add on to their advantage. Elliott good with a PAT. And the lead grows to 10-0. The Eagle kick team out there now as they run up and send this one away. And a a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
But it's intercepted. They got Pickett for the third time in this game.
Picked off by Avonte Maddox.
And the Eagles are going to take possession of the football.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. This is Smith with a grab. Touchdown, Philadelphia.
Devontae Smith.
41 yards.
And the Eagles will extend their lead in the final minute of the half.
Elliott good on the extra point, and that makes our score 17-0. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
Takes it at the 7. And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
And with a little under a minute remaining, they may try to put something together here just to try to cut into that deficit.
They turn to Harris to begin the drive. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Pickett now to throw off the play fake.
Rolling to his left. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for 3rd.
I did like his decision-making there to make sure they picked up something instead of forcing a throw. Now they've got more manageable play coming up to try and pick up the first down, and don't rule out the possibility that he just keeps it and runs again.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Darius Slay with a pick.
And the Eagles are in great shape here as they take over at their 46-yard line.
Partner, have you ever heard the story of Icarus in mythology? That's the guy who flew too close to the sun and had his wings melted. That was our guy right there. Keeps pressing it and pressing it. Finally, on that throw, he paid the price with that turnover.
Devontae Smith, the intended receiver.
And that'll bring up 2nd down. That pass just a little bit off. It looked like maybe he tried to force it in there.
Game speed, always different, no matter what you do in practice. Can't simulate it, right? So your decision-making, everything has to be a little bit quicker. Sometimes it can throw you off until you adjust.
Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts.
It's caught on the right side at Smith. Now a timeout called with 3 seconds to go. And, of course, they're in field goal range in the final seconds of this first half. The kick by Elliott is good. And that will do it for this first half. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, so the Eagles with the lead, and they're going to get this football first as the 3rd quarter gets underway.
Boston Scott on the return from his end zone. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because I thought in the first half they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
A give running right is Gainwell.
And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. So the first down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. Forced out to his left. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield.
Hurts dangerous when he runs that football, and he's got a first.
At this point, this offense feels like they could just roll out anything, and it would work. They are certainly in no hurry for this one to end. Not when they can rack up some stats and continue to add to their lead.
Looking for more there on 1st down, but this throw downfield incomplete.
Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
He's going to fire one, corner of the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
When you look at the scoreboard, you'd think they'd be pretty comfortable right now with this lead, but these guys are absolutely not going to let up. They want to increase their lead, and they want to do it with a big play. Unable to connect in that attempt.
Flushed out right. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. Now he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging into our second half blowout material. They run behind center with Gainwell. And he's able to break out of one tackle, but then quickly brought down.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
Again, a run with Gainwell.
And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1. 9th play coming up here on this drive. This is 3rd and a yard.
They go play action with Hurts.
And Pascal's got it.
He's going to have the first down and then some.
And so close, he gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there. Forget the run on 3rd and 1. They shock the D and rip off a pretty big play.
Scott is into the end zone for an Eagle touchdown. So they brought the extra bulk in down on the 1-yard line, and they're able to push this one across.
Yeah, I can just see your face right now because I know we're mind melding on this one. Coach Madden would love this. Power football, hat on a hat, chest to chest, driving forward, touchdown.
Eluding the pressure right toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
I know we could sit up here and dance around it a little bit, but going for 2 in this situation, somebody doesn't like someone else. There's no doubt in my mind.
Well, what they couldn't see is you lean back in your chair and you went, yeah, that's not a good decision. They didn't get it, though.
Yeah, I don't think you can just say, well, my kicker's hurt in this spot. No, okay.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
A CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history. That's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And, partner, you know, as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late, that wasn't enough to put someone away. But that being said, this task is near impossible. Let's face it. And bottom line is, it officially becomes impossible if this possession is an empty one.
And the Eagles with a dime look. 6 DBs on 3rd down. A run with Harris out of the shotgun. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled.
45 yards rushing on 12 carries for him now.
I definitely like the play call. You don't expect it on 3rd and 5, 3rd and 6, do you? You expect a pass play. Had a little courage there to call the run, and boy, they were successful.
first down, and they go back to Harris. And he'll power ahead, but only for about 3 yards. Second down coming up. On 2nd and 7, Pickett. He'll get this to his tight end. That's Pat Freiermuth. And he's got room. And he's got to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. The catch and run, good for 18 and a first down. On the give, this is Harris. Down to about the 37. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. On 2nd and 7, Pickett. And that went a little too high as it's knocked away and incomplete.
I like the calmness of how he played the ball here. No panic in his eyes as that throw arrived. Tracked it from the moment it left the quarterback's hand, and that's just where he needed to be to knock it away.
On third down, here's Harris. And he'll only get this to about the 35. Well short of the line to gain. Pickett, fourth down, desperation time. And he'll be brought down at the 27. Felt compelled to go for it there on fourth down, trailing in the fourth quarter. They got it done.
And there's always a lot of pressure on a fourth down call. Doesn't matter the distance. You still have to get it done, as you noted, and they did.
And my goodness, another interception. Jalen Thompson picks it, and the Eagles will take over here just shy of the 30. Well, there's two sides to this coin. I mean, on one side, 5 interceptions now thrown for him. That's tough, but, man, this defense, they have been ball hawking and impressive. But, Charles, let's flip it back over. If you're coaching a quarterback that's struggling this much at this stage of the game, do you maybe try to get him out?
I would think about it, and I think about it awfully hard, but also you might want to look into his eyes, see what he has. He might be one of those players that you don't want to affect his confidence by actually pulling him out of the game. So you have to know your player. You have to know the situation.
And they'll begin on the ground with Gainwell. There on the tackle, Minkah Fitzpatrick. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Off the play fake, here's Hurts. Dancing to his left. And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's third down. The CD, they're up big, but they're still passing it. I mean, this is an offense that's had a lot of success in this game, and it seems like they're just having fun out there.
And it does feel like there's been a shift out there, doesn't it, partner? Listen, if you're up, you can continue to do what you want to do. It's up to the other team to make you change how you do things. They'll continue to throw it around until stopped.
That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on third down. Maybe a critical mistake at this juncture as now they've got a 1st and 10. Straight ahead, it's Gainwell. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. The tackle by Terrell Edmonds. Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. On play action, they'll throw. Steps away. And this one complete to Smith. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. Give him 32 on the play. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. This is caught, and he's brought down after a very nice gain. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down. Gainwell will take this one in for an Eagles touchdown.
Well, they mentioned this week, Charles, they had a couple kinks on offense that they wanted to fix. I would say they're pretty well fixed.
There's no doubt about that. I mean, just about everything they've run has been successful in this one. And if I'm the defensive coordinator, I'm done with this, right? I have no answers for anything. In fact, I'd probably send a note to the clock operator. Let it run.
The Eagle kick team out there now as they run up and send this one away.
Taken at the goal line. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
And just looking ahead, it would appear that that bye week is coming at the right time. They'll have 2 weeks to chew on this one, though probably not one that they want to chew on. A poor performance from start to finish.
From the 40 now on second down.
Pickett. That's swung out wide to Harris.
And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
Well, that was a pretty favorable situation there. What would you call that? Second and manageable? Smart play, too. Didn't force it downfield when he didn't have it. Just checked it down, let him get the first down, and that's exactly what he did.
To the air on first down with Pickett. Got an open man. It's Pickens.
A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Working with a 2nd and 4.
17. Here we go. Go check. Watch out.
This is Harris on the draw. And he'll be dropped just shy of the 35 at the 34. A pickup of 17 on a play that originated at the 17.
Pickett now on first down.
And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10. They'll try the right side with Harris. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. Finally, a first red zone opportunity for these guys. 1st and 10 right at the 20. Now whistles here before the snap, and it looks like one of the Steelers may have moved. A full start backs him up 5. 1st and 15.
17's Mike 17. Target.
Now Pickett. That's complete to his tight end, Freiermuth.
Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. He's been quiet today in the passing game, just his 2nd catch.
Yeah, and people have to come up with schemes to limit him. And what a lot of teams do, they'll double him, use a linebacker underneath, a safety over the top. Sometimes they'll just take a corner, maybe their 3rd corner if he's a bigger guy, and put him on him.
And now here is another interception. Jalen Thompson picks it. And the Eagles are going to take over at their own 11-yard line.
Well, let's face it, Brandon, they're down here in the second half. Want to try and make something happen, and if you're the guy with the ball in your hands, you're going to try even harder, because I think all he was trying to do was to get outside the pocket and see if he can find a big play downfield.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. They've got to be feeling very comfortable and confident here with this lead in the football here in the fourth quarter, Charles. And I don't think that they need to score again, but it seems like this offense is just getting better as the game goes on. They've scored on their last 2 drives.
Certainly feels like a chance for them to continue to have some fun out there, doesn't it? Game's already decided, as you noted. So they can continue to play loose, break out some other concepts, maybe run a few trick plays, get other people involved. Heck, even go deep on one of these first snaps just because they can. Well, this is long since over, and some might see this as overkill, but remember, this is a team that puts on the hard hats, grabs the lunch pail, and tells everyone, we're going to give you a full 60 minutes, and that's exactly how they're playing this one out.
Elliott on for the extra point. Now, this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. The Eagle kick team out there now as they run up and send this one away. And it'll come out to the 25. Austin not going to try and return it. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. At this point, partner, things looking pretty bleak. They still haven't scored here in the fourth quarter, facing the big deficit. Just what silver linings, what can they look to do here offensively?
You know, it's funny, I talked about this with a coach in the offseason and kind of had this scenario, like what feels good to you or what feels good to your team. You're down big. You really have like one possession left, and you're trying to put points on the board that don't matter. But do they? And he told me they actually do matter. And in this situation, he's going to try and run the best offense he can run to have at least a little bit of confidence to take away from that game. So right now, they're going to try their best to get something up on the board and not get shut out.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. And now we're going to get a timeout. Somewhat pointlessly called with 3 seconds to go in a game that's already been decided. One final shot for Pickett. Out, and the pressure gets to him again. So it's a victory here for the Philadelphia Eagles. And I tell you what, Charles, this might be about as good as it gets. They were incredible.
Yeah, offense was in fine form. The defense threw the shutout at them. I think they worked in concert together. What I like about the offense is they held the ball pretty well. You know, time of possession, exactly what they were looking for in this one. And that helped out their defense. Didn't have to be out there the entire time. So when you do that and you're out there fresh playing, off a little extra spring in your step, and it showed up in this one.
They had a ton of spring in their step. Impressive victory. So for Philadelphia, they remain one of the hottest teams out there as the win moves them to 6-1. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Houston Texans. Meanwhile, for Pittsburgh, they fall 2 games under 500 now at 3-5. And they'll take this loss into the bye as they'll be back in action in Week 10. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching.